Hi, I'm doing art, and we're gonna turn that down a little bit. I'm drawing yaoi. Alex commissioned me to draw yaoi. Hopefully my tracking isn't too bad. This is the first drawing stream with an iPhone now, which is like normally better, but it might be worse for this now because I'm gonna be like looking down at shit the whole time. I have a sketch ready because I don't like coming in completely raw. Doing art streams feels like very vulnerable because I don't like do enough art to just be effortlessly good at things. Probably should start getting the boat done, and then from there I can move on to other stuff. Minor details will certainly probably change once I get to like an inking place, but I think I have enough to get going, and that's what we're gonna do. There we go, good. My other phone, I always forget to charge now, my old phone. I just like let it die between streams because I don't use it for anything besides touch portal now. So let's see if that will connect for me. There we go. Part of me really wants to get a stream deck or something, because it would be nice to have tactile things for like triggering my emotes in particular. You know, these guys. I'd really love some fucking like power glove shit where I could just do it with my hands. But there's pros and cons to that. We're listening to Pokemon Coliseum, by the way, if I didn't say. This specific track that's like the demo video off the menu has a lot of sound effects. Oh, I wish they would give us a another Pokemon battle sim. Probably should stop doing like all my line art and all my color separate the way I do, because I think that causes me problems. It sounds nice, but then when I want to do effects and stuff, it gets annoying. So let's just do one final layer. Should also get reference images pulled up for myself. Most, if not all of that, will be on another monitor, because I have a pic from when they were playing Roblox, and then just, you know, whatever shit I'm googling, like facial expressions and the Titanic pose and etc. Okay, so yeah, thing number one, doing all these railings and things, and I want to do them where they have actual outline, and then it's not just like a single line. Yaoi with the boys. Yeah, I know. Any opportunity I can like throw gay at Hershey and Go is fun. So my usual line weight I think is 30, and with that much smoothing I can't fucking tell anyway. But I probably need to go way lower than that for these rails. Oh, maybe not. I mean, pressure gets me there anyway. I really wish Procreate had, like, stroke. It's crazy that it doesn't, but no program has everything, or at least between the two I use, Photoshop and this. I don't know about, like, Paint Tool and Krita and stuff. Okay, so maybe, like, half smoothing. And then I probably should come in at a lower weight. So I'm going to be holding it. And then that is going to make me want that. Go seems pretty cool about it, so that's nice. They both are, Hershey and Go, yeah. I think Go more just kind of like metaphorically stands there smiling and blinking, where with Hershey there's like more banter about it. And then he'll like call us the fruit aisle or something. All the little delightful thingamajigs we have. I gotta figure out someday how to get iTunes to also mute when I talk. It's nice when the game audio does that, but iTunes doesn't. Boy, was that crunchy. I don't usually listen to this with headphones. Okay, I guess the tip isn't completely angular like that. There's a little middle bit too. Maybe I'll just start with that. And maybe that one should be stabilized. Wow, that is big. Someday I gotta actually learn proper brush assembly shit too, because I don't want my ends tapering the way they do in all cases. Like, at least not right now. Man, that looks bad. I don't know, how do I want to do it? Like that? The angle of this is gonna be weird. Maybe I'm just making it too small. Work? Kind of, I guess. Something like that. I'm gonna immerse myself in French murder. We'll pop in and out. Yeah, enjoy your French show. Lines. I don't know if I'm even, I'm probably not used to drawing stuff this geometric isn't the right word, but rigid in Procreate. Sure, felt like that. The angle still feels wrong though. So what if we clean up the tip? Like, honestly, maybe it just needs to be rounded, because it kind of is rounded. But that also looks wonky. I don't know what I want. I don't know what I want here. The perspective on this has been a bitch. Because I'm certainly no expert on that. So that's something we chatted about, the boss man and I. Okay, I'm gonna do that for now. I can always come back. And then we will draw some railings. Can't really tell from their screenshot. I don't think there's one being a vertical thing. I don't think there is one on the very, very front. I mean, not that it's like ultra important either way. And I guess now I also have to decide how I want to draw the lines. This already does feel very thick to me. I feel like it needs to be about half the weight still, so maybe I will do that. But just for shits and gigs, if I like did that and then we wrap around, I feel like it kind of needs to do that. And then by the time we get to it back here, it can be like underneath. Trying to imagine this. But, well, because we're still going to see it here. So that has to make sense visually. Which probably means it needs to, you know, go up. See, this is where the perspective is fucking me again. I'm gonna like do that. Something like that. I'm definitely gonna redraw this also. But I gotta kind of figure these things out. Maybe if I'm drawing a little bit sharp, it should be a little bit sharp. I don't know. Their perspective in the reference screenshot is also a little bit different, so I can't just straight up copy that. I have to think about this with my brain. Unless down here makes more sense, but I don't think it does. That's the problem, is I'm trying to do like a vertical thing when it really shouldn't be at all. So what if I close that and we redo this again? Because like maybe it should be closer to what I have here, because that feels a lot. I mean, that's kind of what I'm doing though, isn't it? Or it was. Maybe I will just do that. But I'd still like to try to get that little flat bit. If we do like this, it might just be very small. I probably said that already. I'm sure I'm like repeating myself. Yeah, and then like that. I don't know how to even give it stuff like that, but I don't know if that feels right or not. No, it shouldn't be that straight, because it's all very curvy. Okay, yeah, that's gonna be my guide, and that's gonna not be my guide. Maybe it still should be my guide, because that's about where I want the end bits. Who knew drawing lines was so hard? So was speaking, apparently. I can't even use the right tense. And maybe I will go even smaller still, like I said. That was a 6 feel. We do like 2 lines close to each other, 2 lines close to each other. That's doable, but honestly, I could go smaller. Yeah, let's try a 5. Okay, so my multiple guides are confusing me now. We want to end right about there. Or start there, I guess, either way. And maybe we go Hundi for that. I feel like I need to curve this way up. This is also, when it's this wide, it's awkward to try to zoom out to do all these in one stroke. Alright, how does that feel? I think that's okay. I'll just clean up the ends a bit. For the one, where they join, where they meet, they touch tips. And isn't that the most yaoi thing of all? Or something. I don't know what the most yaoi thing is, but it's certainly a yaoi thing. Okay, and then back on this guy, we're gonna have you dip down, go underneath, and then we'll go and do the other ones. And I should try to do this where I leave the gaps open, so I don't have to, like, redraw them, if that makes any sense, as I'm just kind of babbling. I don't know how, like, flat I want this to be. Feels like it should curve a little. It should probably just go straight, honestly. Once again, perspective is a fuck. Mind fuck. I'm also a little bit used to, I'm more used to drawing at like 4K when I do his emotes, but this is 1080, so things get pixely faster. Okay, there are crossbars. The question is, should the crossbars be separated by lines or no? I can't really tell. I feel like they are. I don't know. They probably should be. You know what else, though, I guess, as I'm fussing over this line, there technically isn't one at the front, so maybe I don't even want to draw that. The vertical guards don't start until a little bit back. Maybe I'll kind of solve my own problem that way. Let's... Well, maybe thicken you more and then we'll go back to Hundi. I was thinking, like, oh, you know, these are just lines. This will be a nice, easy way to ease into this. And now I'm like, oh, no. Not at all. But it still is, like, a very foundational, framey element of this, so I think it makes sense regardless. Alright, that's even-ish. I hate, like, listening to myself. Not that I watch these back, but I hate hearing the words come out of my mouth when I'm doing art, because I'm just constantly like, oh, this is okay, I guess, and I feel like I'm just so underselling myself to, like, anyone who would watch this and then want to, like, have me do art for them or something. Not be angled like that. Yeah, it should be more like that, I think. Okay, and then I guess I can just go ahead and draw the whole other line, even if... Well, no, yeah, I keep forgetting about... I can't even, like, draw. When I try to do this thing, like, when I'm on... I was gonna say Zoom, Discord with Aloe, and I'm, like, talking about an area, I'll, like, try to highlight it, but when I have smoothing on, it doesn't work, and then I just get, like, weird line jumbles that don't mean anything. Not that the other version means a ton, either. Better before the smoothing. Alright, so that's our bow. Is the bow the front? I constantly get bow and stern confused. Now I could conceivably duplicate that. Maybe. Does that make any sense visually? Well, maybe it does at first and then it falls apart when you get to, like, carrying it all the way through. Actually, that's not bad, but it does get cut off at least, so that's something I'll have to resolve. But it's clean. As clean as the original, at least. I might want to warp you a little bit. Handy little ditty, the warp tool. Yeah, let's try that. This is also going to be a mess to look at until I start coloring things in. And then I got to do like a patch job here. This is kind of weird and icky, so maybe I'll do that on another layer so I can erase cleanly as needed. See, it doesn't line up perfectly, but that looks better to me. So what I'm gonna want to do is find where they overlap. We'll go backwards from here, I guess. It's kind of gotten out of hand more than the other. Okay. Can't really tell there. This guy, we probably need to touch up that end a little. That's going to be awkward, so maybe I'll warp it. There. Oh boy, I love seeing a red bitrate. Wahoo yippee. And best part of doing this in lower res though is I can go crazy with masks and layers and stuff. You are gonna be covered. And I think that's the only point where they intersect. Yeah. And we got 4 of those bars to do and then ground level. So I will go ahead and probably duplicate number 2 again to go into 3. It kind of feels like a backwards way of doing it, but it's what I'm gonna do. And then I think same thing. I have to like warp it in the same places. Which is kind of just showing me where my lines are falling apart in terms of consistency of curve. Sure. Yeah, we're just gonna essentially keep repeating this process a little. I'll see if I can help myself out by making these a little bit more friendly for cleanup. Yeah. Honestly, I'd be really interested to see how more experienced artists approach something, again, geometric isn't the right word, but something very rigid and unnatural in shape. Not unnatural, like designed is maybe a better word. You know, if this were an anime, I'm sure this would be like a 3D model that they would plug in with like what the fuck is it called? Cell shading, I think is what I'm looking for in my head. Helps a little bit on the front, seeing the overlapping bits get fixed. That sells the depth of it a little bit more to me. Yeah, okay. So this one, and then there's a little gap underneath it. You are gonna be a problem though, because if I cut you off, you're not gonna remember that you exist. So we gotta like keep it about where it is, and like redo those warps. So I guess I'll just do that in stages. I probably still have to do the top. How did I get a mark? Go away. You're not even on that layer. Okay, this guy needs in here a little pulling. It feels like too much pulling, oh no! Go back. Wait, I mean, I guess it's a long curve, so maybe a little goes a long way. It feels like too little. What am I smoking? Did I say too little or not enough? Do like and This feels like a lot. I don't know, maybe the mechanics of the curve at work here are kind of coming out differently than I'm expecting, but that feels better. So then let's do our little long end cleanup. By this point, they're pretty much just straight lines. Makes it easy. There I am getting a line again. I must be booping it with my finger as I'm zooming. Well, yeah, where I'm literally using my fingers. What did you... Bruh. Trying to get messy. I need to be diligent and clean. I was literally just talking to Kiki earlier today about the value of being anal. Ooh, why do you look blurry? What happened? Is that from too much warping? Is each one getting blurrier than the last? That's fucking... Ugh. I might have to redo these. Let me test that right now. What do you... What? Oh, it's not gonna let me warp with a mask on? That annoys me too. Like this. I can tell, is that more warped than it was? The rest of them... no, they are getting a little bit blurred. It's just really not noticeable until this last one. Okay, then let's take the first one and we're gonna reuse you. I should have known, honestly, but I wasn't thinking. Degenerative processes are no good. I'm gonna have to pull the bottom up and the out in. Possum has such good battle music. A little bit more up. That could be too. Even just doing multiple warps in a row could be more destructive than I'm thinking it is. Or degenerative. Rather than doing it in one swoop. In which case I should perhaps pull back and try to do it in one. So bring you in, bring you way up. And we're just gonna look so flat. Like out of place flat in one place. Okay, that's fine, and it doesn't look overly blurry, so I can live with that. Need to clean up the interior overlap. And then those are our guardrails. Ooh. Ooh, except no, they're not. Look at on top. That is disgusting. Forgot about that. We gotta warp that for sure. I guess, not that there isn't a million people doing every different form of art, but I don't know that I've seen a lot of drawn art to this effect that I'm doing now. You see a lot of characters that might just like live in a void or something, by which I mean not have a proper like scene background, and then a lot of painterly stuff. And I'm imagining / picturing in my head, especially at like a distance, where, you know, this amount of line detail isn't necessary. And that's also a good reminder to always zoom out. Actually, I should have a little... Was it the drawing guide? Page assist? What's the little thing you have in the corner? It's been a minute now and I don't remember. Reference that took way too long to figure out. Yeah, we have the reference in the corner, which helps with that. Because then at least I have a chance of catching stuff on a page-wide scale. Okay, almost done. We just technically have one more line that is going to be the deck. And I'm hoping I can just move the upper line down, and that will work. And I think it will. So then I just come in and delete the lower half of that. Then that's just going to be solid deck. Probably worth doing the paneling on the deck next. Which is going to be another fucky perspective thing, but should help me sell the distance of it. Particularly where Hershey and Tutu are concerned in the background. No, you need to go further down. You need to go all the way down, just without being in the outer bits, I think. I don't know. I need to think about this filled in. Because if we have 1, 2, 3, 4 rails... Yeah, I might need it to actually go all the way like that. Yeah, that's right. And also, I'm realizing just now we still have to do our verticals too. So we're not completely out of the woods on these anyway. But I should start labeling them. I don't know what the dude's yelling out, but I just heard him yell like, avocado. Bayonetta, is that you? Salsa, obviously, but that is actually a dance, and as far as I know, avocado is not actually a dance. I need a sippy. Okay. Verticals. And I may want to consider where the boys are just for how I'm spacing these, but maybe it's not of particular importance. I also want to do a color overlay pass at some point to help the ones in the back fade into the back. And it's all going to get recolored anyway. These aren't going to have black outlines, I'm sure. They're whitish plus whatever blue lighting I do since it's going to be nighttime. I'm thinking we go like about here for a vertical. I'm just going to kind of map these out and I'll do them for real. Very thick. About here. About here. here. They'd start getting closer as I get further back, but on the front end, I don't know if I'd be able to really tell much yet. You, I feel like, go about there. Something like that. On that way down. Oh, my background sketch even helped me. Okay, I like having it on. Okay, and then I decided I was gonna have crossbar cut off. I still don't really know which way makes sense. I think just based on the order I'm drawing this, at least I will do where the verticals are behind. It really sounds like he's just yelling avocado. I could see that. I wouldn't necessarily put it past something like Pokemon to just have someone yelling out taco ingredients like they're Dr. Gene or something. Okay, yeah, all the way down except for that last one. I'm calling it. Dude's saying avocado. I don't know what that next bit is, though. Trubia, something like that. Nor do I know what that one is. Okay, well, here's another thought. Do I need to do a little, like, loop down there? Because this should kind of be... No, I guess we are seeing the outside of it here. So that's okay. Here we're seeing the inside on the back end, though, for sure. So then I may want to give him a little circular doodad at the bottom. And this can all be a group. And you gotta get all covered up. Not all, I suppose, but you know, in these little intersections. Alright, and then we'll do another layer for back. Because why not? I have the layers to spare. There is no way that it's 8:52 already? What the fuck? How long have I been live? I have the reference up, like, covering shit, so I don't have the same view stream. Wow. Boy. Taking an hour to draw lines. That's sure a Joe move if I've ever heard one. Well, whatever. It takes as long as it takes. Here's another good question. Do I want to cover them differently in the back? think no, simply because it's not like they're really on the interior. They'd probably be more like in the middle of the horizontal bars. Okay, I need to real quick help myself out here, and we're just gonna color in the deck on really low opacity so that I can actually tell where that separation is, because it's fucking with my brain enough just seeing all these lines on repeat without the context of color or more patterning or texturing or something to help. I was kind of just going along the whole bottom, but I ended up at right about where I needed to. Alright. So I was thinking it would get cut off, but it's gonna go down into here, and then that's where I'm gonna want to give it a little boopus. Or maybe it just gets covered by the next one. Let's start with like you and see how I want to do these. Although that feels a bit thick if we're going in the back, and they should be a little bit skinnier. Something like that, and then a little beep, little boop. Well, that almost looks flat anyway. That's a little better. I'm very tempted to just copy and paste you. I might do that. Yeah, that is about getting covered anyway. I was right. I just have to try to do them about equidistant vertically, so it's like the same amount poking out onto the floor. And we can use the mask to help me out with that in either case. Or in any case, I don't know if it was an either or. Because they're getting smaller vertically in the back. Due to my rail bending. Which sounds like an excellent Avatar The Last Airbender sex superpower. Like someone who would write the Kama Sutra in that universe. Rail bending, the art of pleasing your man, lady, or other. Alright, we can start by cutting off the tip. And then go through and see, my brain kind of wants those to be colored in too to help me out, but this at least I can just get from like patterning. I think that makes sense. Hold on, let me count that again. That's a bar, that's a bar, that's a bar, and that's a bar. So that's not a bar, and that gets onto the deck, which means I then need to cover the deck a little bit. That looks fucky, but that's correct. Yeah, let's go... I'm touching everywhere. Let's go to the deck, and I will do all of those now. Certainly feels a lot more complicated than if I was just doing a line for each of these, but that's a real cheesy way to do skinny things in your art. To just be like, oh, it's a line. I feel like I'm doing math with this. The thinking and planning and overlapping. There. Yeah, it helps too, and I can just look next to them and see that they're all being consistent. Okay. That's feeling built, structured. Even if the lines are probably a bit shaky. Alright. Boy, my eyes are playing tricks on me. When I'm zooming out, the horizontal lines look like they're at a lower opacity to me right now. And we still got that guy to get rid of. Yeah, that's funny how that works. Alright, well, anyway. Wood paneling. The deck has wood paneling. Technically, it has some little grate up top. Which is easier to get things in the bottom and still have them be in a group. You could probably just shrink down for now. Do I want to do the grate? I'm trusting the accuracy of this Roblox picture. It almost looks like it has a few different directions, but that would be something. Although how much of that's going to be covered by their bodies. Nearly all of it, so no, it's not worth trying to do a separate thing there. We'll just do paneling all the way through. That means I need to figure out my lines, my vanishing point, kind of. Or well, maybe it's the opposite. Maybe it's I don't even know what the term for that would be, but the front here might be a sort of vanishing point that then spreads out. I kind of need to blend between my outer rail and my inner rail. So then somewhere in the middle should be a straight line. And I guess I can go outwards from that in terms of slight curvature. Unless I don't do that at all. Well, still maybe I should for one or two, but the other option is I just go hey, it's wood. Even if this is hastily and shittily drawn, I do feel like it should sort of, as of trying to be straight, it should sort of follow the deck. And then it's going to get up here. So it can maybe be mostly straight, and then one or two on the outsides have to be slightly different, slightly curved. I guess I will just pick a midpoint and start going. Fuck. Can I, how far back can I get my, my deck darkened bit? Because I want that again now. Yeah, I think that can stay. We just want to get rid of you, and then you can come outside. Hi, Tig. How's it going? You also working on stuff? We can be working buddies. I'm drawing official aloprax yaoi. Extremely the softest of softcore, but still technically yaoi, I'm gonna say, because they're doing the Titanic pose. Let me, I'll take all the crap off for a second here so you can see the sketch. Go and Aloe being all cute, and then Hershey and Tutu flexing and mogging in the background. Are you drawn interior design stuff? This is for when they did Roblox like a week or two ago. It wasn't this last weekend, I think it was the weekend before that. And I don't know if you were around for that one. I don't think you were, because you were traveling. But, you know, they were in Roblox, so they just did like a bunch of random little things, and one of them was the Titanic, hence the scene here, and then the other one was they were like working out, and so that's what Hershey and Tutu were doing. And I'm going real slow about it, but I'm also attempting perspective, kind of loosely. Not very good at it. Watch something of that on YouTube, probably a short. Not from him, because he's still doing shorts from the trucker RP that we did on my channel last April Fools. I've never actually seen the actual Titanic movie either, but I'm pretty sure my parents had it on VHS. I think they maybe did play Dress to Impress. I don't know. I have a vague recollection of them maybe playing it, and then me just kind of like scoffing and being like, ugh, I think Dress to Impress is stupid. Because I don't fucking understand. Roblox to begin with, I think, is like asinine, but Dress to Impress really just makes me like, seriously, this is content? I don't know. I don't know. Roblox just grosses me out. Like, I assume they kind of wanted to be like Lego at the outset of existing. Because it, you know, they're kind of loosely similar characters, like a Roblox man and a Lego man, but Lego is cute and they adapt things well, and Roblox just looks like hot garbage, and I really don't like it. I also, like, because I really haven't watched Roblox, I'm sure I've seen someone I follow play it and, like, had it on in the background, but I wasn't really paying attention. The amount of just fucking, like, flashing ads on screen is awful. And apparently, because, who is it watching? I think Basil and Boo talking about this in a VOD I was watching today, comparing it to, like, gacha games like Genshin and stuff. Apparently, if you play Roblox and you just, like, click on one of those ads, it doesn't even, like, confirm anything. It just, like, puts the transaction through. So no wonder kids are going into fucking thousands of dollars of debt on their parents' cards and stuff, if that's true. And I don't know how they're not getting fucking fined and shut down to hell, because people can't even have loot boxes without getting in trouble, much less zero confirm purchase power in perhaps the most explicitly made for kids game. I still need to figure out My brain wants to do this, where they start out closer and get spread apart, except that makes no sense because perspective. So it almost needs to like be like a diamond shape or a teardrop or something. I don't know. How do I do it in my sketch? Attempting to draw it at least, yes. The very front of it without too much extra detail beyond just the railings, because like in the real thing there's all kinds of like little, that's a hidden layer. There's all kinds of like, what the fuck? Stop being hidden. There's all kinds of like little black things going back, and then there's like pillars and things, but with all the boys, it's going to be so crowded visually that I'm not doing any of that extra stuff. You're good, Tig, no worries. I'm sure that all the layers of crap laid on top of a mostly transparent sketch is not easy to visually parse unless you're me having done it and knowing what I'm looking at. Yeah, he wanted more than just the pose to like help sell that it's the Titanic. So at first we tried like one, I'm drawing on a hidden layer again. At first he wanted like one really big iceberg, and I was like, okay, I mean it can kind of be coming on frame, but it looked weird. Because these two were also bigger at first, and with the iceberg here it all looked really weird, so we got rid of that, did little chunks, and then shrunk them down a bit, and we both thought that that helped the perspective and scaling of everything and making it feel better. I need to untransparent you so I can see what I'm looking at. Yeah, I didn't really do that much perspective on the paneling in my sketch. Let me... What is that? That's an extra layer. Could also put the Heart of the Ocean on aloe. Is that the necklace? I say the necklace like I know the necklace. I don't know the necklace, but I just assume based on the name. Because I've definitely heard something to that effect in some piece of media, like Heart of the something. Somehow I just know that means necklace. Alright, boat paneling. Let's maybe duplicate you. Sure, that's messy, but sure. I might. I can ask him. I'm sure I'm not going to finish this all tonight, especially at the pace I'm going. So I'll have time to show him what I've got so far and get feedback, and my hope is then to finish it on Wednesday. That would be great. I'm trying to do these on stream now. Because I really want to work on my V2 stuff, but I'm really bad at working on my V2 stuff. But he also wants me to do thumbnails still, so I was like, okay. Yes, but we're doing it paid now. I need to like actually get a benefit from this beyond just like being a nice older brother figure. And so he's essentially paying me in subs for when I get to my V2, and then I can get emote slots that way. And then also I'm telling myself that I have to do it on stream days so that I'm losing gaming time and not work time. As much as I also don't have enough gaming time, the work time is more important, because that's like a real actual goal that I am working towards. It feels weird though. Like, my brain on one hand is like, yes, good, we're farming emote slots, and that's productive, because it's fucking like $1,900 or something to get all the sub points. I need to actually max out my emote slots, which is crazy. I don't know if I can hit that between commissions and a subathon, but that's the goal. So on one hand, like, yes, good money towards subs, but on the other hand, I'm like, ooh, this is weird. I don't like getting paid to do subpar artwork. because I feel really not confident about my own artwork, especially the thumbnails. The emotes I feel better about, but the thumbnails I am like way more able to see the flaws. Can you... No, you're not even gonna do that nicely. I guess I will just try bending you. I have no idea how I'm gonna do perspective on the paneling here. Maybe I'm thinking of it in the wrong dimension. Maybe it should get more tight towards the north of the screen, not east of the screen. Maybe having just a believable I'm laying flat on the deck angle is more important. Which is kind of what I'm trying to do now. Although either way, honestly, it's gonna kind of be small potatoes with a lot of it being covered up by the boys. So yeah, I think something like this will work okay. Sure, let's use that as my guide. Suppose also I could do some of it in like I don't know how to describe it, like partially drawn lines. I see this in like manga where the backgrounds aren't meticulous, perfect, fully rendered lines. They're like a bit sketchy and, well, not sketchy and loose, but like tactically erased. I don't know. I did this on that one TikTok domain expansion thing I did for him. We gotta be getting near the end of Coliseum here. This is the ending music. I'll find something else to... Oh yeah, literally the last track. I don't feel like listening to XD. XD is mostly just the same thing. So what is another game OST I have that would delight me? Even though it's been like 6 months since I did my last drawing stream, listening to Wind Waker on these, which I've done a few times, feels too fresh in my mind. It feels appropriate since I'm doing a boat, but I also did that for the pirate Sea of Thieves one. Maybe some Marty. I kind of want something chill too. Mario Kart 8 appeals to me, but that might be too upbeat. I don't trust Persona because of Atlas. We could listen to some remixes too. Glitch City. Let's do some Mystery Dungeon remixes. That'd be fun. I would love another Mystery Dungeon game. They just need to do more Pokemon spin-offs in general. That Said Legend should be fun as like a pseudo spin-off. Boy, with the weird overlap job I did, trying to draw these straight is gonna fuck with my brain. Playing of AC Shadows? Yes. Definitely at some point, but that could be years from now. I don't know. I need to finish the Ragnarok DLC for Valhalla, and then I need to play Mirage, and then I can play Shadows. My backlog is just too big. there's not enough time, you know. I need to be streaming 8 to 10 hours a day. I need to do this as a full-time job so I can play more games, because really I need to be playing less games and doing more art. But also my backlog is bloating and getting empregged, so I need like more game time too. If I could get my sister to be on stream again and I could play games with her, that would be delightful, and would also be like one more multitasking thing I could do, because like I can play games with mom on stream, and that's great. But you know, there's like certain games I want to play with mom and certain games I want to play with Kiki. I need to play more games. If I could only do that. If I could, I would only do that. I definitely want to like do creative stuff too. Like it would be easy in a sense to only play games forever, but I want to make stuff too. I just need to like make myself. It's hard to sometimes. Finish 3 and going through the DLC. Are you doing like the Washington DLC? Have you gotten to that one? I thought that was like a very crazy, fun idea for what is otherwise to me one of the more boring Assassin's Creeds. I think I touched on this before, maybe not with you specifically, but 3 is US history, and then everything else is like other stuff in Europe and shit. And so every Assassin's Creed game is way more interesting to me than 3. But I'm curious for you, like as a non-American, it's probably interesting because you're not familiar with it as much. Like, I don't know, somehow it just felt like I was reading a textbook, just seeing America shit everywhere. And then immediately they brought it back with 4, and I was like, ooh, I'm playing Pirates of the Caribbean, yay. 4 was great. I'm assuming you're playing them in order, so like 4 will be great fun for you, I think. I agree with you, the game story is not that interesting because I don't care for USA history. Okay, so regardless of where you're from, USA history just sucks. We can all agree on that. But I love the twist of the DLC, such an interesting concept. Yeah. I don't know. Also, the thing with it for me is like our architecture sucks. Or at least a lot of it does. And I feel like that's something that both Americans and non-Americans can probably agree upon. Because like Europe has all kinds of cool ancient architecture, and America's just like, square house. Like that's the vibe of American architecture. Okay, that's fine. I'm waffling over the one line forever. I really... Well, okay, let me rephrase that in a way that's not light spoilers for you. I like it when... Because the Washington DLC like involves the Apple of Eden and stuff, I really like that aspect of Assassin's Creed, as much as I think the historical part is a draw for people. I really like the thing media does where it's like, hey, here's history, but like ooh, there's actually this magical thing at play that's like sort of shaping history and things. I think that's cool. Like when different pieces of media will do like Gods Among Us type stuff, same kind of deal. Yeah, I think Native American stuff is also more interesting than just white men. Colonials. Whatever the settlers would be called. This is playing tricks on my eyes. You know what, maybe I should turn off the fucking rails. That would probably help me make sure these are equidistant-ish. I like how I said I didn't want upbeat, and now we have like in the background. Mystery Dungeon just feels chill, though. Even if the remixes by Glitch City tend to be on the upbeat side. Lock in. We're probably doing Pokemon remixes for the rest of stream. Because I'll probably, like, do Mystery Dungeon and then go to, my, like, relaxing Pokemon playlist. Okay, now I need the rails back. I got, like, so excited. Anytime Aloe mentions, like, oh, maybe I'll touch Pokemon. I'm just like, please touch Pokemon. I know you just, like, want Litten so bad, and they make it hard to do that. You're good, take no worries. You never have to apologize for, like, engaging with me. That's like, the whole reason stream is even worth doing, is to have you guys chat with me. AC caught my attention because the Greek mythology and Odyssey. Agreed, love Greek mythology. Decided to try one of the games and played my first ever Syndicate. I'm trying to remember if that is the French one or the UK one. The UK one, because French is Unity, I think. London, yeah. I loved the fucking, like, zipline up the buildings. I wish that was in every game. That was so good. Conquered my interest with history. Started playing since the first one. That's when it conquered my heart with sci-fi modern story and philosophical questionable morals. Yeah. They do a lot of cool stuff. I wish they wouldn't do, like... So, well, this is extremely light spoilers, and I guess stop me if you don't like me saying this, but I don't... This is like a meta thing, so I don't feel like this is something that I can't say, even though you're playing through them. 1 through 3 kind of has a thing they're doing. Maybe I'll even leave it at that, vaguely. 1 through 3 kind of has a thing they're doing. And then from 4 onwards, they sort of abandon that. And it gets a lot more MCU-ish. I don't know how much Marvel stuff you watch, but it feels less like, hey, we're telling a story, and more like, hey, this is now a franchise that has to go on forever, so we have to keep, like, doing a thing that, like, cliffhangers for the next thing. And, like, it feels like nothing ever really gets resolved. And that is kind of irritating. But the fact that the guy who you play as in Assassin's Creed Mirage is like directly from Valhalla makes me wonder if they're coming back around a little bit and being a little bit more intentional and purposeful in reaching some kind of resolution with their narrative. I hope so. Because, like, yeah, I get that you need to make your cash cow keep going on forever, but also, like, you know, be purposeful. Yeah, that's why that was getting cut off. Let me fix that. We may have to zoom in. Actually, the other one is too. Rick Brett. Yeah, because they're cutting off on the bottom, so there's like a weird long line there. But as long as I get it to the edge of the screen, I'm good, and then I can just erase that a little bit. I'm fucking playing Noah's Ark drawing simulator. I'll be lucky if I get to anything else besides the goddamn boat tonight. I heard that the plan was to have Desmond after 3 become a super assassin with the skills of all 3 of those. And so in the 4th and final game would defeat the Templars. Instead they chose to change plans and milk the franchise. I don't know if I ever heard a specific thing, but that sounds about right for what we ended up getting. You finished the like main story of 3, right? Now that you're doing the DLC, so you know like how 3 ended. Yes. Okay. Right. Yeah. So maybe at that point they already knew they were gonna milk it. I don't. Well, actually now I need a refresher because I feel like they maybe still leave it a little bit ambiguous, right? Whether he's alive or not, and then you come back in future games and it's like, no, yeah, he's just fucking dead. And it feels like Shia LaBeouf in Transformers or something. They did leave something in the open, yeah. Yeah, so the modern day narrative, in my opinion, suffers from their like MCU-ness after 3. Even in like books and comics and stuff. But you know, the games still do cool stuff. 4 was like amazing. And then even when we get into the newer ones with all the mythology stuff, that's really cool. The lady from the first civilization stops the end of the world, but they imply she's gonna enslave humanity. Yeah. And that, light spoilers again, that I feel like is something where they kind of ditched things for a while, and it was like, all right, come on, this is cool, keep telling us more about that. And then like more recently they've finally gotten back on track with that. Maybe before I start erasing stuff, I should start merging these and see if I need to do any, like, bending. Sad to see how companies can ban good ideas out of desperation for money. Big devs are, like, fucked in general, which is why I'm very happy working at my little company where they treat me nice. Even though it would be cool to, like, go work on some big property that I am a fan of. There's too many cooks in the kitchen. You get suits up top dictating things based on financials that result in bad end experiences for the user. And you can tell that Assassin's Creed wants to just fucking milk money with as fast as they pump them out. And as much cosmetic bullshit as they started throwing in. That was a big deal. I was gonna say when Origins, the Egyptian one, happened, when they turned into like a little bit more of an RPG. But I think even before that, there was some extra shit you could buy. But like the RPG ones, you can like buy levels and like pay to have stuff marked on your map and things. Like, it's crazy the amount of microtransactions they put in. And it's good that they've been taking a little bit more time to cook with Shadows, although I think a lot of that is because Star Wars Outlaws didn't do as good as they wanted. And so it's like a weird bottom line thing. Something like that, at least, I think. And then you have franchises like poor Dead Space that just get killed off entirely. Well, I mean, they did the remake of 1, but like, you mean new Dead Space, damn. I haven't played the RPG ones, far away, but I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna like it as much. I think they're still really good, and Egypt and Greece and Norse England in Valhalla are all settings and mythologies that really interest me and are really cool. Like, you can tell that's basically their, like, some sort of underlying thing where they're like, okay, we're choosing cool mythology places now. I'll be interested to see if that remains true for Japan. The problem I think that people are going to run into is like open world bloat. I don't like the idea of levels and all that complicated shit. I think it's not necessary. Yeah, I'll give you that too. It's simplified compared to other games. And I think even Valhalla took it a step further where it's like, I think Origins and Odyssey have a lot of like really crappy random loot. So it's like you have tons of items. And Odyssey was like, no, you get specific items. So there's still like variation in your loot, but it's less, oh, it's my 500th piece of random garbage. And it's more like, oh, here's like a different build kind of thing. But circling back in general, yes, they don't need RPG elements. We'd be better off without that and just doing the cool mythology stuff. I need to restart that, but I think the top should definitely curve like I was trying. I guess my advice to you, knowing that what you just said, that you're not super into like the idea of it being an RPG, is like, do what you want in the open world. You know, I like to fucking do every icon on the map because I'm an insane person, but you certainly don't have to. And like, you maybe do a little bit just to like get levels and stuff, like, you know, play the game enough to get levels because they're going to expect you to do more open world stuff because there is some. But like, once you feel like you're strong enough, then you can just like stop and you don't have to do more. And then just like, you don't have to micromanage the equipment either. You can like probably skate through with like not hyper optimized stuff and like, you know, go in there and change it out for better stuff once in a while when you feel like it. Again, this is a habit I have to like actively not do when I'm streaming because my default behavior is like, oh, I have like one little red exclamation mark somewhere that says like you have a new item to look at or something. And my brain just wants to like go do that right away. But like, that's fucking annoying for anyone watching. So I have to try not to do that. Can I just pull you down here, Lines? Nobody'll know. Nobody'll know. I'll just give you a little pull. Worry about armor and stats kind of stresses me. I just want to select what looks pretty. I'm a little bit foggier on Origins and Odyssey because it's been longer, but I know at least in Valhalla, and this is probably true for a lot of games, there's like something on the tip of my brain, some other game I've played. Oh, actually, Dragon Age, Veilguard, the equipment system is, I think, very similar to Valhalla's, where it's not even necessarily that like, oh, the stats are like so much better. It's like different cool pieces of equipment. So like in Valhalla, I ended up with what I would call a Thor build, where I'm using like Thor's hammer and electric stun and stuff, and it's about like stunning people a little bit. So you don't have to go crazy on like, oh, this has +5 something, so I must have it. You can kind of maybe just coast based on like different like effects. And if you're doing that and you're kind of coasting on effects, then you don't have to micromanage as much. You know, conversely to what I was saying before, you can also just like do more open world shit and just be OP that way, and then like it doesn't matter if your equipment isn't as hyper optimized as it could be. It's not like they're rocket science. You're still just kind of mashing people. God of War 1, ignore the stats, you just play whatever armor. God of War 1 2018, Dad of Boy, or actual God of War 1 back on, like, the PS1. Because I think I remember you saying that you were playing Dad of Boy at some point. 18, yeah, okay. I would be tickled if, like, the entire gaming community could just agree that we're gonna call that game Dad of Boy instead of God of War. I get it, they did like a soft reboot, but it's annoying when games have the same title because of that. Like, how many Spider-Man 2s out there are there between movies and games? The kid grows up and turns into a twink. I don't know if I'd say that. He's like 2 years older or something. He's still like pretty young. Yeah, it's not a big time skip at all, Tig. Well, okay, maybe it's more than 2 years, but he's still pretty young. I would say he's like, yeah, he definitely is at that age that they grow fast. I don't know. I'm gonna throw out numbers and say he's like maybe 9, 10 in the first one and like 13-ish in the second one. I'm sure you could like check on the wiki. But he's certainly not at like eligible bachelor age yet. He's still just a little guy. What I saw on Twitter is not a child. I mean, that's the good thing about the internet, is that we can age characters up. Which is especially important when you have, I've kind of changed my mind on this a little bit, because I think when I started streaming and I was like more worried about what people thought of me, I was like way more puritanical about anime character ages and stuff, and now I'm just sort of like, age is a number and it's more about vibes. If you take like Ichigo from Bleach and he's like fucking stacked and he looks like he's in his fucking mid-20s, but like in the show they say he's 15, that to me is less weird than, you know, like, hi, I'm 8,000 years old, but I look 8. That feels way more creepy and predatory. But regardless, you know, when it's not a character that's literally just a child with a number attached, if you take the characters that are more actually adult, and then you just age them up a little bit, then it's not weird. Whatever fucking leitmotif this is that keeps ending up in these songs, Glitch really likes it. I don't remember. What are we listening to now, even? Temporal Tower? I thought it was something to do with Dialga. Okay. I think that is the shit erased that needs to be. Now I just need to do the horizontals. Admittedly, that should be a lot easier. And then I will finally be done with the actual boat itself. Goddamn, it's been ages. Might end up taking more than 2 streams. I don't know. Maybe if I get to the end of the stream and this feels like way more than a 2-stream job, I might just also stream again tomorrow. I want to find some time for streaming so I can get back to Life is Strange. I watched, I think, like 1 episode, which is to say an hour or 2 of the new Life is Strange of Jesse and Dodger playing it. Some bigger content creators that I like. And I really enjoy watching them play those, and I hope they continue with it, but they're busy with shit. That more of those would be good to do with Mom at some point, because we did Are they gay? Jesse and Dodger? Dodger, I believe, is bi or pan. The lines on that are sort of getting blurred. Although she's also married to a hot Viking man with an adorable daughter. Jesse is like the me of straight men, which is to say, like, a lecherous, glasses-wearing nerd with a heart of gold. I guess I'll give myself that descriptor, because you know, like, I'm a weird pervert, but like, not actually. Like, I'm not a pervert in the streets. I'm not gonna go out and like ruin anyone's day or creep on them, but I'm also gonna like steeple my fingers and be like, twinks and jocks and whatever flavor of boy I'm into. They're both really fun, though. You can probably find them if you look up Jesse and Dodger, but Jesse Cox is his name and what he goes by, and then Dodger is the fuck does she even stream under? Dex Bonus, I think. I was gonna say press R to continue, but I think she streams under Dex Bonus now. She's my Oprah. I've said that before, where she will recommend a thing, and then I'm like, ooh, that sounds fun. And that's how, famously, I recommended Food Wars to my sister, and then she hits me back like 10 minutes later. Literally 10 minutes after I sent the text. Like, she just fucking sat down to watch this right away. And she was like, hey, there's like tentacle porn in the first 10 minutes of this. This is great. If I haven't pitched Food Wars to you before, they make the food. It's like chef shonen battle. So they make the food, and then people have like not hallucinogenic, because it's not actual. It's just like in their mind. They have like food orgasms and stuff and see weird things. So they, in the first 10 minutes, the main character fed someone like a weird peanut butter octopus thing. And so then the vision they're having is involving like tentacles doing some weird stuff. The woman who did the manga, who created this, used to like draw porn. So it gets kind of like soft to medium core. Yes, COX. And he does love a good cockspun, let me tell you what. Alright, I am just going to arbitrarily pick a line in the middle here and do that. If I could get it even, that would be nice. Even enough, and then we'll go from there. I don't even know what that layer is. Oh, you know what though? Maybe I want a few more just to start helping me judge distance. And actually, I could just do one really nice line and then duplicate that a bunch. Why the fuck not at this point? If you are at all interested in them, they do a podcast right now, weekly, called The Geekenders, which is a parody of something called The Weekenders that I don't even know what that is. I just know that's a thing that exists. I recognize the name. And it's sort of like a rebirth of their old podcast with Total Biscuit, the co-optional podcast. But it's like a good, like, they're funny, of course, but it's also sort of like good reading, so to speak, for gamers. Because they talk about games news and stuff. And they both, like, know people in the industry and have ins with companies and stuff. And they actually have their own game studio too. So there's a lot of like relevant and interesting discussion done in a humorous manner that pertains to your interest if you're a gamer. Yeah, it's great background noise. So that has the official Level Up Joe stamp of approval. And I would give that a listen if you're at all inclined. It's also, well, I guess it's like a year old now. So there's probably like 50 something episodes, which isn't like, it's not nothing, but it's also not the most to catch up on versus me wanting to like watch My Brother and Me, which has like 800 episodes. And so there have been like a couple stints where I'll watch like some number of them, and now I haven't watched them in ages because my YouTube backlog is like 400 videos long. As I've fallen into the Boo and Basil rabbit hole, and I watch their streams nearly daily between the two of them. The Stinkers, which is Basil's name for his community, and the Mischiefs, which is Boo's, they are so much fun, and I love that energy, and I hope that I can cultivate more of that here over time. Just like lots of good, playful banter and like bullying the streamer in a fun way. Alright, we'll offset that by halvesies. Don't know how well that's gonna work. You know what? I'm doing fucking stupid things. I shouldn't be cutting them off. It's already fun. It feels like a safe space to hang out. Thank you. I appreciate it. You know, it's like I can always imagine bigger and better things, though. And a lot of, I think, the strengths that they have is they do a really good job of, like, interacting with the community, and I definitely want more of that here as time goes on. That's a big goal for my V2 stuff, is to have like more interactive things on stream that you guys can do, which really all I have now is like sound effects. But like more interactive things. I need to do a better job of like, you know, I should get back to doing community game nights periodically, stuff like that. And just, you know, the more people in chat are like friends with each other and like goofing around with each other, then it's just like a more lively space too. And I think a lot of that just comes with growth and time. Went through a phase of watching a lot of Twitch a few years ago. Right now I'm barely on. You and Ali are the only streamers I'm actively following. I think that's true for a lot of people, especially in the time frame when I started, which was in the middle of COVID. And so it's not at all uncommon, and I've heard that same sentiment before of people getting into Twitch over COVID and then like not doing as much now. But we are always glad to have you. So I'm glad that you're sticking around to hang with us. I do spend a lot of time on Twitch, but it tends to be either friends like Aloe that I actually know, or in very rare cases, like Basil and Boo, a couple bigger creators that I watch. There are more bigger creators that I watch on YouTube. So, I don't know. I tend to watch a lot of VODs on YouTube, but I guess it is really still a lot of like Twitch VODs at the end of the day for people that I like. Although, you know, like Game Grumps isn't a stream, and there are streamers that like Barry, I know from Game Grumps, so that sort of is like a legacy viewership into stream kind of thing. And then I don't want to duplicate that many. What am I trying to say? People from like podcasts and stuff too. Like, I don't remember how I even found Dodger originally, but one of the earlier things of hers I would watch was the Co-Optional podcast. We can probably get rid of that reference now, which will help me out. Yeah, you know what? I might just need to do it one by one. There's enough curvature that I introduced that it's getting difficult to just copy-paste these lines. I'm gonna waste more time fucking with it than if I actually just did it. How's your drawing going? Are you getting done what you need to, Tig? Are you anywhere close to like a deadline on this, or do you have plenty of time? On that same note, am I think because it's paid and I want to get back to my own stuff, I'm being a lot more proactive than I usually am normally. I'm like getting towards the end when something is due for him, and I'm like, all right, better hunker down and get it done. But this is like, it's not due for like another month. Exam is tomorrow. Oof. Well, good luck. I believe in you. Not gonna finish everything I need, but I'm trying to get as much done as possible, and let's hope it's enough for a positive. Are you planning on staying up like all night then, or are you just gonna like call it at some point? This is what I get for going off to Cabo Verde in Paris, yeah. But, and I mean, not to like encourage you to not like pay attention to grades and stuff, because obviously that's important too, but so is a life experience and traveling. Like, I don't know if there's a better thing you can do with your time than travel. That's the thing to do. That's what I thought when I made the decision. Yeah. Yeah, like, you know, balance in all things is important, right? Just randomly deciding one day to be like, oh, I'm midway through college, I'm just gonna drop out and go travel. Probably not the best use of your time and resources and student loans. But like making some time for travel, just in general, definitely worth it. I'm running into issues now. Let's fucking group and merge a bunch of these. I'm gonna need to individually scoot a few of these boys around. Yeah, we've all of us that like did the VTuber meetup in Chicago have talked about getting over to Japan this fall. Because Cass wants to get over there to see Mo, and Hershey and Go, I think, both went over there last year and want to go again. I haven't been now since 2019 or something, so I'm also overdue for another Japan trip. But other stuff eventually too, I hope. Like, I'd love if we all went to visit Aloe in the UK at some point, because I haven't been over there. Oops, don't put all that. Japan sounds like a great destination. I think more like a week or more based on what they've said than a couple days, but in general, yes, I was very impressed. It felt good to be there. Now, I know that's not necessarily true if I wanted to move there as a foreigner, because I know that that's just hard and not pleasant, and being an actual live-in foreigner in Japan is not the best thing from the sound of it, but they love visitors because they have a very tourism heavy, well, maybe tourism heavy isn't the right way. Their economy at least benefits a lot from tourism. And so not even knowing Japanese the first time I went, just like being like, oh, this symbol matches that symbol, so that's the train we want. You know, that was enough to get around just fine. Second time I studied it in college, so I could, you know, bust out like a onigaishimasu or something to thank a chef or something. And it was really clean for being in big cities. I was astounded at how clean it was, which was awesome, because in America, we just throw our garbage everywhere. Because we're real cool like that. I refuse to learn any more languages. I already learned 3. But what if, Tig? What if leading up to the Japan trip, I did like a Let's Study Japanese stream with Professor Joe? Because I think that would be something fun and out of the ordinary for me to do. Break out my textbook, just study with you guys. I need to think about that though. I don't want to literally like scan my textbook, or like I don't want to literally have the textbook on screen somehow, because that feels like a copyright infringement kind of thing. But if I'm just like reading from the textbook, I can't imagine that that's, you know, anything that's really going to be a big deal. Professor Joe sounds sexy. Do you know, there is a professor guy. I don't know if he really leans into the sexy angle, but for some reason he came to mind. Maybe it's the subject matter. I don't know. I don't even know his name. He just like teaches his chat about fucking whatever. I don't know. Sometimes loosely sexual topics. He doesn't like get, you know, he's not like, ooh, this is how a penis works. Like, if he did that, it would be much more clinical, which I'm sure you have to be to do that on Twitch. Anyway, I don't know. I might jokingly sex it up a little bit. I really couldn't tell you much more specifically other than he's just a Twitch streamer whose whole shtick is like being like a teacher, kind of. So you could try looking up like Twitch teacher, Twitch professor, something like that. Because I've never sat down and watched him. I've just seen clips on like TikTok and Twitter. And I'm very glad that we still have TikTok for that reason, just because you know, it's a good way to get sprinklings of like getting exposed to different VTubers and content creators. I would like to learn Thai. I watch too many Thai BLs. I feel like that was mom's like Korean pipeline. Not that she is fluent or anything. But like K-pop boys and maybe dramas. I feel like that's maybe just been clips for her too. I don't know if she sat and watched a full-on drama. Alright, I think that's all the paneling I need, so let's go ahead and start erasing. And then actually, for real, I'll finally be done with just the fucking boat itself after 2 hours. It's a good thing I'm not billing hourly. And we got some Kingdom Hearts mixed in. That would be something we could put on. Well, probably. Have I streamed anything Kingdom Hearts? I don't think so. I just know that they're real fucking annoying about the music. They're like Atlas. They're just like, hey, don't stream our shit. So maybe I won't do Kingdom Hearts as much as I would like to now. Maybe some remixes of the non-Disney stuff. I could probably get away with that because Disney's the problem, not Square. Although they were also pretty fucking stingy in Smash Bros. When they gave like 2 Final Fantasy tracks. Like, fucking excuse me. Maybe we'll get more in the next Smash if they don't gut the Final Fantasy representation. I'm so worried for Smash 6 question mark that, like, because there's no way we can have as big of a character roster unless they just do like a Mario Kart 8 and just like remake the game sort of with extras, which is kind of what they already did with the last Smash. A little bit. Did I not erase those? Oh, I had the mask turned off. Yes, but now I have to mask these. We got a mask for mask. Get it? Every so often I think about Kingdom Hearts. It's I guess on my mind now because one, the music, but two, we just like passed the 6th anniversary of Kingdom Hearts 3. You know, the fucking 13th Kingdom Hearts game or whatever it was. Which is crazy because I remember taking off the day for that at my old job. My last job. And weird to think we're 6 years away from that. Time is not real. Time is too fast. But I really want them to do more Kingdom Hearts so that I can do fun Kingdom Hearts shit with Cass. I like this thing we've been saying for ages that we're going to do like a big Kingdom Hearts recap PowerPoint before Kingdom Hearts 4, so like everybody who doesn't fucking know what's going on can get caught up. Sounds really fun, and I don't know how exactly I want to present that. Because we could literally just do like a PowerPoint, but if there's a funnier, sillier way we could do it, that would be neat. Anyway, I think I'm finally done with my boat. It's been 10 years! I still don't know how to split up line art and color though, so maybe I will just do line art in its own group, because most of this is going to be one color. Well, two, like the rails and then the wood. Now I actually have to draw people and stuff. Unless I want to do the background next. Might be better to do the people, because the background is then going to kind of be filling up space, whereas like the boat sort of needed to be there structurally in the first place. But I'm immediately gonna hide it. Probably we'll draw aloe first. I didn't put any little goob emote references in here. I might want to. I don't know. Either that or just bring them up on my TV instead. But I am very reference heavy when I draw him, for better or worse. worse, I'm sure. Or past thumbnails, like the Sea of Thieves one. Because I'm kind of doing a similar thing, where he's like pointed out. And like his hair and ears are a little bit windswept. I still really like the Sea of Thieves thumbnail. That might be my favorite just on the drawing of Aloe alone. Although I think, like he mentioned when we were talking earlier today and workshopping a bit, that like he really likes the chain together one, and that one I think has my strongest like effects lighting for sure. I miss playing Sea of Thieves. I never played it other than that one stream that we did. And it was fun doing pirate RP, more so than the actual game for me. So I really want to play Helldivers with everybody, because I wanted, and like the trucker RP was kind of the same bit for me. Instead of pirates, we're just being like rednecks. It will probably also be rednecks and Helldivers, so I really want to play Helldivers and just be like hyper America core. How do I do his face usually? Alright, I am kind of rounding it like I do with his little emote, so I guess I will do the same here. I can't imagine this day to throw it. I could definitely feel it. And then the next day I could feel it a little bit too. It wasn't, it wasn't terrible, but I could tell. And like, if you did that kind of thing often, I could see that being a strain. The redneck one was fine. I maybe got a bit throaty a few times, but the pirate one, it was like all throaty all the time. And maybe now I'll start using actual colors that I know I want for the line arts. I guess I didn't have his hair covering his head in Sea of Thieves. Maybe I don't want that here either. Not like this bang on the left, as I was just doing a quick little sketchy. How are we doing in the playlist? Getting toward the end of Glitch, but we still have some Mystery Dungeon to go. I want to do more streams like that, though. The Pirate RP and Helldivers and stuff. Like, more things that aren't just me playing video games, which, again, the duality of gamers, right? Like, I want to play way more video games than I'm playing, but also, like, for the sake of streaming and, like, being funny and stuff, I want to do other things as well that aren't just that. I have trouble drawing him, though, because I feel instantly, I'm like, oh, look at this fucking, like, fat baby face I've given him. And that doesn't feel right. Even though maybe objectively it sort of is, based on how I draw him. I don't know. I should probably get away from being so chibi in my thumbnails eventually. I need to actually sit and kind of, like, develop more of a style. But who has the time? One of these days, literally immediately again, who has the time? I would really love to go back and do drawn thumbnails, sort of like these, for each of the series of games I do on my channel. Like, not one per video, but one per series. So if I did 17 streams of Metaphor, one thumbnail for all of that. And then continue to do that forward instead of the, like, somewhat shitty Photoshop jobs I do now. when it's a more iconographic art that the game has, it's easier to do something, but sometimes I just end up like pasting myself into a thumbnail and then being like it's me, I'm next to the guy from Star Wars or something, or sticking my head on something. Why? Let me steal an emote from myself, or steal Sea of Thieves. I want to just like compare his head shape. Because I feel like the way that I drew this at a base level is less chibi, so maybe this is the time. Yeah, this is a lot wider. Maybe it's not that different. You have like no neck though. And he does need at least a little bit of neck. Does this curve still feel weird to me? That sure does feel weird to me. Why is that? Is he just that chibi in this? Plus bangs. See, now somehow that feels better. Why? What is happening here in my brain? Is it that the, like, pudgy cheek is pressed more downwards? Because I really am almost doing the same pose for his head, because I kind of only draw his head one way. He's like Mickey Mouse. He's the same from every angle. If anything, I feel like his head should be up a little bit though, because he's just like I'm on the Titanic. I don't know. Try something like that. I don't want to just trace over myself though. As much as I do want to do that, I don't want to do that. So we're pointing a little bit more up, I think, than I usually do. Does that make sense though for his head to do that? If I where's my lasso? I have my lasso. If I move the lasso around a little bit. Maybe I want it about where I have it. So then do I not want you up so much? And then we're back to about probably as down as he was there, give or take. Let's maybe copy an emote or two in here as well for just quick and easy hair reference. What do I like here? What do I like here? Probably just front. That's like one of the closer things I have to a kind of like a character sheet in my own art style for him. It'd be nice if I could have more reference boxes. What is this? That is tiny little text. This is Farewell Parting Remix featured Duzzled. I don't know from which mystery dungeon this is though. But yeah, I guess this is like at the for those who don't know, mystery dungeon is like I got isekai'd into the Pokemon world. I woke up and one day I'm a Pokemon. So this is like, I guess when you say goodbye and go back to the human world, except then like they need you to keep playing the post game. So then you're like, actually I'm still here. At least the first game did something like that. The other ones I don't remember. They maybe don't even isekai you or don't even send you back and you're just a Pokemon. But the first one was definitely an isekai. Probably the first couple. I'm trying to think if Super Mystery Dungeon, which I think is the most recent one, did that, and I don't know if they did. I also still have really small pen, and I probably want to go back to a 10. It feels so thick now, but that is what I use a lot of the time. Okay, and then here's like the same bass track being remixed again, I think. I really like Glitch X City though. She does a lot of various things, mostly Pokemon. But her fucking remixes are awesome. And bonus points that she is cool with people like using them on streams and stuff, because I remember, you know, at different points looking at like stuff I have in my library and being like, hey, is this okay? Oh wait, this might actually be almost the same thing. When did these two come out? About 30 songs apart, however long that is. We'll just go to the next one then, since that was so close. Danafil Beats is also stream friendly. That's good to know. I don't know if I did know that. I don't know if I ever listened to that properly. I know that it exists. I think I said this in Alice stream the other day, but in my YouTube backlog that I'm kind of behind on, I'm excited to watch Shut Up I'm Talking, which is Tommy and Jack's podcast, because they have Dan and Phil on for an episode. Let's put you in the corner too. Started listening today while working. Oh, to that podcast? Yeah. I especially from like Aloe, because you know how vocal he is about stuff he doesn't like. He would always like naysay and poo-poo all the Dream SMP Minecraft people. Not that he was wrong, because a lot of them turned out to be shitty, and not that I was heavily invested in any of them, because I really just saw bits on TikTok, but I have gotten to be more of a Tommy Innit fan over time, as he's been less of like the screamy Minecraft boy and more like kind of finding his own, his sea legs, his voice. And Jack seems fun too. So them doing a podcast is good content in my mind. Haven't recovered from Wilbur. I was such a huge fan. That was very unfortunate to hear about, yeah. The problem with like him and George too, I don't know if George has any specific allegations other than just being like a queer baiter. And you know, like not coming out against Dream, which is damning in and of itself. Like there's too many cute boys out there who do bad things, is the TLDR, I guess. But it's okay, because we still have wholesome British boys like Dan and Phil and Aloe. And they've all been in a maid dress at one point or another, I'm pretty sure. There, let's try that, at least for the starting line on this little goob. Maybe flatten it a little bit, though, at the bottom. No, I don't like it. I want to do it again. Oh, whoa. Hello, Super Herschel. I don't know why my alerts aren't going off. I'm pretty sure I have them in this scene. Either that or shit's just busted. No, they're there. They should be going off. Anyway, hi Raiders. How was Chain of Memories? I'm drawing official aloprax x Gou Rey yaoi, and Hershey and Tutu are also in the background. Here, let me turn off all my shit for a minute, and Hersh, I can show you your very, very in progress mogging and flexing sketch. We had you in Tutu, like, just fucking doing, like, some SpongeBob Muscle Beach poses. And then Aloe's like, what if he was mogging? And so you're kind of mogging into a mirror as well. But, of course, sketch, haven't gotten to it in detail yet. And then Tutu's up there just looking like a very wide Broly. And then these two are yaoing. I should probably also give you an ass. I didn't really give you an ass, but that's, I guess, on the to-do list as well. The Super Hershey Bomb ass lore. There we go. Yeah, I was talking about Kingdom Hearts a little bit earlier because we just hit the 6th anniversary of 3. So in my mind, I'm antsy and ready for it to hurry up and come the fuck out. Maybe by the time it does, you and Castle have made your way through the previous fucking 13 games. What are we on now? This sounds like XD. Yeah, we are on XD somehow. Not what I wanted. We can do some more Mew Mystery Dungeon before I pick something else eventually. Wait, you know what? Maybe I will go to the Kingdom Hearts remixes, because I do really want some Kingdom Hearts remixes. Okay, we'll listen to this though. I like this one at least. They have like some good emotional shit in Mystery Dungeon. Now that one looks bad. Fuck it, we'll go with the first one I did. Alright, Uber needs some bangs and some swooshy hair in the... I'm not sure how gentle, maybe gentle Night Breeze of the Titanic. Probably going to be pretty similar to Sea of Thieves there. But the hand at least won't be covering his face. So I kind of usually do like a swoosh around his head. Oh shit, the beat's dropping! That's a very Mew thing to do. Maybe we will start with the bangs first. We'll do like his big one. No, that's too much. Sure. Try that. And then that actually might be too far over. That might be too big in general. Maybe I should kind of follow my own guidelines. Crazy thought. I don't know if that feels long enough now, but we'll go a little bit further before I poo-poo it. And we can have hair moving around a little bit wildly. It is winding, I guess. So like I might even have that in the front go out a little bit or something. You know what else, as I'm looking at this, and I'll play with this quick. This is like the first time I've drawn in happy in a thumbnail. I guess Sea of Thieves also was happy, but it was also kind of like arg happy. He could be open-mouthed here, or he could be like E. Because he does go E when he's happy. Nah, I think I like open-mouth better. Or like wah, wah, the fucking stars, the sea, the Gou Rey hitting it from behind, as one does. I'm never gonna let this go, either. By the way, the fact that I can call this like official aloprax X Gou Rey yaoi that I was paid to make. Just because it's like ever so slightly fruity with the holding, in the same way that like when my friend Danny and I visited a friend in college to see Rocky Horror, we slept on the same bed, so then I can say that he's the first man that I ever slept with. Wow, an iceberg. He would wow an iceberg. What the fuck is this now? This is still Mystery Dungeon, except no, it's not. This is the fucking Wood Temple for Majora's Mask. Swamp Temple? What is it called? The Forest Temple? Something to that effect. That's just an Odolwa. Tig, literally, you're so on the money. Because he and I got into a fight before. Like, it's fine. It wasn't a big deal. And when I say fight, you know, it's probably not as bad as you're imagining just hearing the word fight. About, like, playing No Man's Sky. Because he wanted to, like, crash our ships together. And I was like, no. Basically, I was like, no, and said a thing that he didn't take well, and I didn't mean anything by it, but anyway, I'm trying to think. There was some other thing recently about crashing things where it reminded me of that, but it was fine and it wasn't a fight. But I don't even remember what we've played together recently. Anyway, you get where I'm going with this, right? Like, his desire to crash vehicle into something, heaven forbid they let him pilot the Titanic. I just feel like giving him shaggier hair this time, I think. A little bit more shagadelic. Yeah, I don't know. It's on the tip of my brain, but I really can't recall what the recent one was, that is. Or, like, fuck, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't even something I was involved in. Maybe it was just him. Oh, I think it was Fortnite. A couple weeks ago when we played that fucking shitty CSGO mode, and then I was like, hey, what if we just played normal Fortnite for a bit instead? And then he was like, crashing into things. And then we only played that for a little bit too, and then we played Marvel Rivals, because I'm on my little soapbox trying to get everybody to play Marvel Rivals any chance I get. Not to look too foxy. Yeah. Marvel Rivals is great. I haven't played any this week yet, but I've been playing it at least like once a week-ish since it's been out. With Hershey and Go and Parky and Chiro and other people in chat and stuff. It's real good. And it's a problem, actually, because I need to, again, play less games, do more art, but like, it's just there on any given day, and my friends play it, and so it's like real tempting to just play a bunch of Marvel Rivals when I should be doing other shit. Have you played it? I'd recommend it if you haven't. If you're at all interested in an Overwatch-like. Seems a bit too chaotic. I feel like I maybe pitched it to you before, and you said the same. Why are his ears looking so foxy to me? Probably because I'm giving him too much of a tip, because I usually round him a bit. How did I even get this curve before? Oop, and it still came out nicely. Oop. No, I can't draw that for shit. I think you played the first Spider-Man though, right? I know you don't have like an ultra strong PC, but Spider-Man 2 is on PC now. So yippee for PC players. Only took them a fucking year and some change. They're obnoxious that way, but better late than never. Oh yeah, I forgot Miles Morales. You gotta play that too. I don't know if that ended up on PC. I would kind of think yes, if 2 did. That's more what his ears need to be like. We're gonna do a second go of this anyway. I want to warp him and give him some tufts on the end. We're going higher detail in a thumbnail and it's whimdy. Yeah, Miles is shorter, obviously, because it was like very directly like, hey, this isn't Spider-Man 2, this is like Spider-Man 1.5. But it was still a great time. And I'm super duper excited for their Wolverine game whenever they get around to that. Alright, now this is sounding a bit more basic, so maybe now I'll switch over to some Kingdom Hearts. Although I guess that also depends on what artists I have, because I can't just play it willy-nilly. I gotta make sure it's someone who is okay with that. And so as I'm looking, maybe we won't be doing that because I don't know if these artists are cool with that. So then maybe we'll just go on to relaxing Pokemon. Which still mostly has the beat, but I still find it relaxing. I'm just so superhero brain nowadays. I really want to play Midnight Suns, which is kind of like an XCOM Marvel game. I want to play the Guardians of the Galaxy game. I want to fucking play like Lego Batman because I only ever played one, so I want to do 2 and 3. I just, too many games. Midnight Suns is relatively high on my radar right now, but it's not gonna be short. And I'm making an effort right now to play short games as a break from all of the long RPGs. And then, but like Monster Hunter comes out in a month anyway, so then I'm gonna be playing a long game. Especially since it sounds like the boys are gonna be going crazy for that one. Rush drive, still 50. I don't like that one. This is one of my favorite Mew remixes because I really fucking love the Viridian Forest theme. I fucking love Gen 2 Pokemon. I get why people are Gen 1ers. Because, like, I was around for the anime for Gen 1, but, like, not the games as much. Like, bits of friends, but technically, as weird as it is to think, Gen 2 was, like, really my first Pokemon game. Back when Mom was still like a boomer before she got cool. Why? Maybe it's too thin? I don't know what I'm not feeling here. There's like a very specific way these curves look good and bad to me. I can't imagine Mom not being cool. I mean, relatively, right? Because it's not like she was ever terrible. But when I was younger, there, she kind of fell prey to like the whole Western Christian, like, whoa, this thing's from Japan. They're trying to brainwash your kids. And she was like, oh no. And then I was like, wait, no, it's okay though. And she's like, yeah, I guess so. And then, over time, she just, like, got, chill. It certainly helps now, right? Like, it's ironic that most older people just turn into fucking nightmares, but it's like, I don't need to be parented, typically, right? Like, sometimes having a parent, an adult, an older person is still valuable for sure, but I'm not a kid. So, like, we can just be friends, and that, like, makes it real easy to just, like, because then you don't have to worry, right? You don't worry about your kid in their 30s getting exposed to, like, weird media or something the way that you do when they're, I don't know, fucking 6 or something. Because it's reasonable to be concerned, and you should be, if not concerned, at least, like, you should pay attention to the media your kids consume. But we're well past the idea of, like, oh no, this thing is foreign and is therefore bad. It's the opposite now. We're bad. Foreign good, America bad. I just duplicate this shit. This ear's being fussier than an aloprax himself. No, that is not going to be shaped right at all because of the curvature of his head. I could have told me that if I knew a thing. Finish this perspective. Some of the lines are not straight at all, but I don't give a fuck. Well, you know what, Tig? You're not straight either, and you're pretty cool. But yeah, you're about ready to pass out. That's if your professor gives you any crap, that's what you gotta tell him. Like, hey, are you saying it's not okay to be not straight? I'm not straight. Are you discriminating against me? Give me an A, bitch. If they're a man, bitch. If they're a woman, then of course don't say that because then it's sexist. I love calling men bitches, but I don't ever want to be a misogynist. I know he will 100% say, does this line look straight to you? What are you doing? Do you have like rulers and things? I assume there's tools to help you and you're not just doing it completely free-handed, or are you? Maybe that's the point, I don't know. Oh, you're not allowed. Wow. Man, I really worry that when I'm older, I'm gonna get like not all time. What is it when you have like a shaky hand? I'm really worried that I'm gonna have like shaky hand because I feel like now my hands are not that steady, which is why I like use smoothing and stuff to help. Part of that's just masking inexperience at art, and also like I really don't know if I should have like a paper-like cover for my tablet because it's smooth now and not to a point where I feel like I'm slipping, but it's not the same as paper. My hand's not steady either. Oof. That one feels okay to me. Let's give this boy some head. I was trying to brush an eyelash off there. Boy. No, there's just enough going on that I can't see the brown on my layer. Because we need to give him like a big old round noggin. Or something approaching round. Not that thick though. No worries, Tig. You do your burb. I think I usually do the head first and then the ears. But I can readjust as needed. We'll see too, because some of this may be a moot point. I think Gou's head needs to be in front, otherwise he's just gonna have like a face full of aloprax mane. That's too round. Honestly, maybe I don't even need to draw that much of it if we say that Gou's head is covering Alo's hair, because I think that makes sense and should be the case. I may have to adjust like sizing and spacing on a lot of this, we'll see. Let's at least do like a curve from here around. Sure, and I can like use that as a guide maybe. The great thing about this for me is that this isn't an emote, so I don't have to like cut everything up. I can just be like, hey, I'm gonna continue right from the ear layer onto the hair. I'm wondering how much I want this to be like flippy or something because of Wimmed. Just kind of loosely playing with that. I feel like it's going to look weird though. I think it should kind of be sweeping this way. the way I like have it in Sea of Thieves. That just makes sense windologically. And his hair will go behind his clothes, so that's probably already enough there. I just want to maybe like fill out that join a little bit. And then probably do the same here. I'm trying not to have like crazy variable line art here. All right, we'll give that like a little bit of range. But I think that's maybe all the hair that that boy needs. I feel like this has gotten a little bit high though. So maybe we'll retool that. That can go away or at least hide. And oh, we still had old ears there. I forgot. Yeah, let's get rid of old ears. They're nice little shapes, but they're too simple. Too simple and clean. And that is not the way I'm feeling tonight. So y'all can merge down. That's kind of skanky, I don't know why. Picking that boy up a bit. Okay, that's better. Closer. Shoot. I didn't have the bangs fully opaque yet. There we go. Kill that. We can mask the face a little bit. Which we actually need to extend a little bit too. Based on how high I drew the hair. Unless we bring it down. So maybe let's look at bringing it down. Because that does seem awful high for a wee lad. Maybe I don't even want to redraw it. I just want to duplicate it, but do it on another layer so that I can clean up the edge easy. As long as it doesn't get... I mean, I wish, and maybe there's a different setting for this, but I wish the shit wasn't raster based. Do about like that. Or maybe I should have it go out further. I don't want to try to match it too exactly to like the sketch of Gou, because that's liable to change. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we merge you down. I think I can safely delete the head shape. And we can also mask over here on his little boy chin, side of head, etc. Face is still so pudgy. I still gotta give him a neck. So I don't know what I do about that. I might shrink the head a bit and pull him up, because we don't want the bodies to go too much down. Part of our rework was making sure that you could see some of the legs. so that that didn't feel like weirdly just, you know, drawing in a place. It needs to feel more like it lives in the scene. I suppose I should give him a couple little doodops in his hair, as I usually do. Again, might get covered up by Gou. Maybe just one there. And then I suppose we could draw the ear interior as well. Those I don't seem like I usually get that picky about. A bit skinny, but otherwise probably fine. Okay, like I said, hair gets cut off. I think next step would maybe be, and maybe I should just continue with the face. Either the face or figuring out how much, if any, I want to shrink this. So that I could then, like, give him a neck. Yeah, on his actual body, if the collar is there, his head should maybe be about there. That doesn't look too out of proportion to me. In fact, now this looks a little bit big. Let's, just for ease of my sketch and shit, let's maybe do the face. And then I will shrinky dink our boy. I want to at least a quick peek at my other gallery of things here. Yeah, alright, I always have his eyes and hair overlapping, and I just fully fill them in behind, so then it's not an issue. So, I guess we can knock out the nose and the mouth quick before I do the eyes. The eyes are, you know, always a bit of a process. And I guess that time I did the nose in all red. Is that true for all of these? I guess it is. On his thumbnails, I do like half white, but that's not the case in these. All right, well, I'll be consistent with myself. He gets a little nose. Little one. And then a big old mouth for him to go eat. There's like a way that this should flow in my mind off from the previous line. As if it was connected, but I would have a hard time doing this all in one connected line. We'll give him some little blushy lines, since he's being romantically enchanted by the man of his dreams. I think that should be this color. And then the glow is the other one. Yeah, that looks right. Sparkles too, at some point, but probably not till later. That's going to be more of like a post effect than part of the line art per se. God. Is this still on 10? 10 feels so heavy. I'm erring on the side of a lesser line weight for this one. Don't go that far back. Maybe I should just fucking go down for a minute. At least for this line, because I just want it to be smooth and clean. Then we can go back up to 10. Because the blushies I always just do as a couple duplicated lines. Nice and easy. And blushy glow will also come later. Boat. That's a lot of boat. I'm not gonna have that on probably for a while. Once I start coloring stuff, I can like do some block color. That'll help. With like an hour left, assuming I don't go longer, which I don't think I probably will tonight. I'm not gonna get through probably much. It'd be great if I could get aloe and go, but even that seems unlikely. It might just be aloe plus change. I'm back. Welcome back. Yeah, I think I very likely will end up doing another stream tomorrow. I don't like... I'm sort of breaking my own rule then by dipping into my own work time, but I'd rather kind of do this conjoined. At least in the same week, you know, like I don't want to space out working on this over a long time. Okay, now we got eyes. Which are they're going to be very similar to his front eyes, which are sort of his default eyes for how I draw them. And I may even want to turn the hair off for that. So we'll go with a whoop. A little eyelash at the end. Some little eyelash at least. Or well, it's not eyelash, is it? It's like his makeup. Because he's a little emo. And this I should at least be smart to set up in a way where I can mirror it easily. That will be a goal, although I tend to do well at that anyway. I remember that that's something I want. Really all I need to do is mirror the eye shine. I guess the rest of it I can just flip and it'll just go. I might, though, as I'm doing this, I might give him, like, wider... I mean, those are already kind of wide up there. Them big old bug peepers he has. Something to just sell, like, the, like, wow of everything. I don't know. I don't probably need to deviate too far from my original plan. Oh, just... why does it not always have the option to be a circle? His eyes are something where I often use a perfect shape. Feels a bit tiny though. Good, I did do that on its own layer at least. We can scale that shit up. I think there's a delicate happy medium here because that feels a bit too big now. I do usually have it cut off slightly at the top. So that helps a little. Oh, it's also a little bit thicker on one side. We flip you. I want his eyebrows to be, not his eyebrows, his mascara line, I guess. Be a little bit wider. You know what, though? I guess if he's being, like, wide-eyed and in wonder of the beauty of the sea and things, maybe I do want, like, the full circle instead of it being cut off a little bit. His eyes should be fully open. Are we going too low? Let's do the bottom first, and I might even rotate all this. Thank you. I do have my work cut out for me a little bit in that regard, because he is just such a natural cutie. Sure, go with that. And then let's rotate that all just a smidge. I'm just gonna blur it slightly, but by the time we zoom out, it doesn't matter. And then we can do his pupil. And I might just do the whole eye color now. I tend to do that because there's enough going on, and with wanting to duplicate it for ease, that just works out nice. So let's do that. And I may do pupils rounder too. I don't know. What's gonna sell the effect I want best? You can go really big like that. Let me look at some anime people. What does an anime person look like, Google? Oftentimes very big pupils, but not always. Yeah, I mean, I guess actually smaller even is a look to it, which is literally what I'm doing with my, like, surprise look. So what if we shrank that shit? We'd have to then, like, add more framing lines. That looks... I don't think shocked is the look we want to go for. I think we want... Like, not gooey-eyed, but, like, just, you know, big wet eyes. Which is basically what we have normally. I think normal hits pretty close to what I want here. Because in a way, you know, him just going E at the ocean is a microcosm of how he is in general. Just a little adorable, excitable fella. Still a little bit small. That's better. Although it could be rounder, I guess. Oh, and I should do you on your own layer for now. Why would you do that, of all things? I guess because I'm drawing too much in the middle. A little bit skinnier. And then I think that feels about right. And maybe a scooch more to the center, but probably not much. God, hello, Procreate, wake up. Alright. I think the last couple times I drew his eyes, I didn't do the, like, fucking fancy stroke method that I had, because that's a pain in the ass. I think I just went around the eye in the background. So I'm gonna do that here, too. I can just get the weight to be consistent enough. That's pretty good. Alright, and then we'll grab some colors and start going through and doing that in stages like I do. Which, smart, I will also use that to get my grays set correctly. And it's kind of in thirds. Loosely thirdish. Yeah, that feels fine. Which means I should select that, give it a new layer, grab my gray, and hit up that section. And then we can clear out the excess green. And at some point here, and maybe I'll even just put in a little bit of color to help myself out, do the whites of the eyes. But we'll get some skin tone down first. Really, there's not even that much too white, just a little bit over here. And then I continue with greens. Oh, underneath though. What am I doing? I thought oh, I just didn't click on the layer I made, I guess. Yeah, maybe I even went a little bit too big on the eye. I guess I'll see. because I don't have much space now for the greenest of greens at the bottom. Should be up a layer because of how I did that. That's fine. Okay, so that's an eye for a little guy. We're gonna group all that up. And we're gonna duplicate it. Hide the skin tone. I guess also I do need to reposition the pupil. So that's another good reason to have chopped all this up so that he doesn't end up just looking like cross-eyed. Actually, that's not that bad, but we'll still move it a little. Fuck. I wish there was just an easier way to turn magnetics on and off. God, you're so fussy, magnetic. Motherfucker. There. The lock wasn't working well before. And then, of course, if I let go, I'm fucked. Right about there. And then I will turn magnetics back off next time. But for now, we need to recolor and we need to move the pupil. And then I'm probably going to flatten a lot of this down. Basically, you should just keep looking ahead with both your eyes. Sure. Alright. This is all gonna get remade. That's probably the easiest way to do it. So nix that. And then select new layer, put in new color, repeat. And I can put the skin tone back on so I can see that better. Processing. I don't know. Even just like streaming and at the moment, like talking to myself, doing this on stream, like fries my brain a little bit and makes me process slower. It's not the most efficient way to work, unfortunately, but again, there's pros to me doing this here, and then I can continue to have my own work time at other times. Except when I decide to just stream this again tomorrow, probably. Although I guess I also could just like, I don't know. The time economy that I'm thinking about is weird. I could just work on it on my own, but then it's like, okay, should I not be working on my stuff instead? But then does like streaming this magically make it better than if I was just working on it off stream because I just wanted to get it done? I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, there's a boy with eyes. We'll keep a couple layers here for safety. I always feel weird every time I name a layer whites. That feel like if SNL were ever to fucking parody something as niche and like nerdy as digital art. That feels like an SNL sketch, like someone naming their layer like whites only or something, and then somebody's like, whoa! Okay, so that is... Oh, the boy needs eyebrows, though. Can't forget those. Could have even... I usually do those with the eyes, too, so they're duplicated in space nicely. But I could either just fake it or get it close enough. Because I'm not doing anything crazy with the eyebrows here. Very basic. So we will take these guys, we will flip them, move them on over. And then that's our position for left. Those were like a rare line where I'm like, damn, that's exactly the line I wanted. Okay. And then we turn boy hair back on. It's overlapping, that's how it goes. I wonder if his face feels a little bit small. Kind of less chibi, so that's maybe part of it, but I can, I guess, play with sizing, and maybe I should have mouth and nose on their own layer for that reason. We'll just move you all up here. Okay. You know, like, do I need to resize this? Do I need to scoot it around a little? I don't know. I feel like I usually just go very big with his facial features, and these aren't necessarily. I'm looking at it in the tiny preview window, too. It's not going to be a huge difference either way, but a little bit might feel good, or like if I fucking stretch it a little bit, like maybe it needs to be wider, I don't know. And then again, maybe I need to scoot the mouth around or something. I feel like in an effort to like portray cuteness, I end up scrunching his facial features together a lot. And also like leaving some room on the chin, but I think here maybe we want him down a scooch. I just kind of want to before and after this quickly. Well, there's a lot of steps that I just did. I don't know. That feels a little bit better to me. A little bit cuter. Okay, and then also with that, the question was, do I raise his head a little bit, which would cut off his ears slightly, slash shrink to give him neck room? And I think the answer to that is yes. Yeah, it's just like how much, because this is still about the same size as Gou's head. Like, I don't know if there's any particular reason his ears can't be cut off a little bit, but that feels kind of bad. I feel like the framing of me being right up against the edge with them is kind of bad too. But I don't want to go like double tiny. Well, fucking unless maybe I do, I don't know. Again, I'm trying, like, it's the chibi style. Actual body proportions, his head is not as fucking big as I drew it in like Sea of Thieves. But I also don't want to go too realistic either, because I'm not going fully realistic. But as I'm contemplating shrinking it now, his head looks fucking weirdly bobbleheaded to me. I guess this is also more of a body than I normally draw, isn't it? Because truck, we're all cut off. Chained, you're only seeing his upper body. Content warning is very chibi. Lethal Company, upper body only. Sea Thieves, upper body only. So maybe this is just a natural part of drawing him bigger. I also wonder if I want his eyes bigger specifically, looking at this. Which is very counter to what I'm saying about not wanting to be chibi, but it's sort of like a pick and choose, I guess. What I need to do is I need to shrink this if I'm gonna, and then like relatively quickly decide my body proportions so that I can roll back if needed. But let's try that. I think that feels good to me. And then we can come in and see about a neck. Get his collar sorted. I still kind of like don't have separate room for a neck, based on where he's at now in relation to the sketch. But that can also probably change a bit because it's a sketch. And I guess we'll go black for his jacket. And so jacket, because he really doesn't need that much of a neck, just a little bit of a neck. And you can have his collar there. Ish. It's just kind of sketchy for now. The jacket though. Jacket is gonna kind of come. Well, he's raising his arms too. Let me open VRoid. I want to look at him T-posing and see what his arms look like. I think I still need to have them probably a little lower than they are in the sketch. Because he needs to have like his little popped collar, and that's going to come down a bit. And then from there, it would extend out. I guess maybe also do a little bit more perspective on that. Kind of like how I have these, you know, because they shouldn't be splaying out exactly horizontal to us. It should be at a little bit of an angle. Where is posing? Posing is in a different menu. My computer's fucking slow. I can like feel my Mac dying. I think I'm done for tonight. In a few hours, let's see how it goes. Okay. Have a good rest, Tig. I wish you the best. I hope that you got done what you needed to. If not, and as long as this isn't like too huge a chunk of your grade, you know, you can always make it up elsewhere. I custom pose the goober? I want to just drag his arms up so they're proper T-posing. It's very handy having his model for, you know, trying to do art stuff of him, which is why I have it. It's not as much of a... I mean, I can make arguments about how the actual geometry of his model should go. I'll see you maybe on Wednesday. Yeah, I will for sure be here working on this again on Wednesday. Tomorrow is what I'm not sure about, just based on how I want to spend my time. But I think it's I think this is going to be a much more natural slope than I was thinking. Just the front. I guess the front is maybe still going to use some of that same boxiness for the lines. And for just sketching, I might just do them as one. I can even turn you a little bit, model. Wow, so helpful. Yeah, let's say that this kind of goes a little bent and a little bent, but not a ton. So we have that. We have little bends, and then the arms are really probably not going to bend as much as I was making them. We'll get maybe like here. His arms seem so again, it's fighting the chibi style. I may be working... Hold on, my shit's covering it and I can't read it that small. I may be working till late as well, so I'll be there to hang out. Anyways, hope their stream goes well. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Tig. Yeah, in kind of fighting against the chibi style. His arms feel so long. They're probably going to be more like that. Expert artist at work. Let's see. He has, yeah, puffy sleeves. Maybe not actually that puffy, but... Well, yeah, he probably puffs out a bit at the end. And then over here, puffy sleeves. Out into arm. I probably had it about where I want it. Now, is that even arms considering perspective? Maybe not. Left one looks a little bit too short. So what if we just like pull you out a bit that way? Because the way I'm drawing him, he's not like that turned, so it shouldn't be that different. But jacket will come around. Jacket over here. We have the line. We kind of lose the collar, essentially, with him posing like this. There's also a band on his arm, I guess. Some of these details I'm used to sort of simplifying in emotes and stuff. And when did I last draw his actual outfit? That's a question. Because not much. Actually, yeah, really only in Drucker RP, which is as detailed as an emote. The rest of these we've been putting him in outfits for games, but the Roblox avatars were just kind of like there. So we're just doing everybody's like actual VTuber outfit. Jacket's gonna go down to about here. This is getting very thick as I'm sketching thickly. I'm drawing his body like more turned than its head, though. I need to keep those in sync. Jacket goes to about here. It's gonna flare out. Past the pants, which are, you know, maybe only gonna go about here. And then that comes in like this to meet his arms. Which, again, now it's a question of, like, how much do I believe the model's geometry versus what actually makes sense, because Vroid models are not necessarily made for a crazy wide range of motion, so once we start extending the body a bunch, it's fallible, I guess, is a quick and easy way of saying that. I think I do want to shrink that arm a little. Maybe even more than that. What if I'd literally just like grab it and move it? How close are they right now? About in sync. Right one's maybe a little, just a scooch bigger, and I think that's fine. I may duplicate some arm geometry anyway. And then inside of here, he's gonna have a V-net, which we kind of see more of. I need to start masking hair, because that's gonna throw me off. Okay. Yeah, so this is gonna go all the way back to behind his head. His neck goes there. We even see a little bit of his shirt inside, I guess, depending. And then t-shirt. Yeah, that's accurate to what I'm seeing in Vroid right now. And I guess I didn't really draw his tail now that I think about it in my sketch, which we'd probably see. Although that is not in Vroid because that was a Blender add-on, so I have to kind of eyeball it from his model. That would maybe be something. This. The problem is I don't want to just like going up and covering Gou's face, because I feel like that would be easy to do. I don't know if he's doing a happy tail. Maybe it should be out more, although that's gonna then cover Gou's beautiful abs. Could do other side, but I don't know if that makes a lot of sense unless it's doing some real wiggly shit. It's kind of messing around here. I might wait on that and get his opinion. Boy, I'm running low on energy tonight, I can tell. Paw print would also be good to get sorted while I'm looking at Vroid stuff. I'm thinking I maybe do want to kind of have this wideness to the coat. You know, this is all subject to change depending on what he says. If he's like, no, do it a certain way. Paw print's gonna go about there. But maybe I might immediately roll the coat thing back because that feels awkward and very like, hey, I'm a 3D model kind of thing. Yeah, I think it's probably better. Bruh, and then the tail. The tail. I always have to resist the urge to just give him like a real wormy cat tail, because with his like Maine Coon tail, it's like more of a bush, more of a tree. So I've still drawn it kind of long in like the playing emote. I mean, that's a terrible tail, but maybe something like that for shape. That kind of feels like a natural pose to me. If he's like wee and he's T-posing, that his tail would be like kind of out T-posing. So I guess I'll pitch that to him. We'll see how we feel about it with Go. The problem is if I don't get much more done as I'm running out of steam here, then that's like, you know, like it would be good to have more line art done to pitch to him. Although I don't know, I feel like after we discussed stuff today, like adjusting some of the proportions and stuff, we were both feeling a lot more solid about it, but I probably should still like kind of go through and block out some white behind him to like cover up all the fucking boat stuff. Ish. Although you lose some of the value in that when you lose like all of the sketch too. But I guess that's representative of like what I actually have gotten done yet. Oh, and I mean, of course we have to cover him with the boat too. So like some of that shouldn't, you know, it's not worth getting too deep in the weeds on that now. Now his left arm looks short to me too. I'm debating how much longer I want to keep going tonight. At this rate though, this could be like a 4-stream instead of a 2-stream, which is not ideal. Although it took so much time doing the boat stuff. Getting Alex's proportions done should help me get Go's proportions done. Hershey and Tutu won't take as long. Background won't take long, and then coloring, and then processing. So, I mean, it all kind of still adds up, but yeah, I don't know. I think maybe I will call it for the night. I'm sort of trying to resist the urge, but I think I'm just going to call it for tonight a little early because I feel a little bit icky. And I don't want to wear myself out. I can continue this another day, whether that's tomorrow or Wednesday. So let me see. You know what? I don't even know if I'm going to bother rating either. In the interest of just getting to bed, I think we're just going to call it for tonight, y'all. So thank you for watching me struggle through part 1 of this thumbnail. More to come soon. Bye-bye.